You ready?
I think so. Hang on. Let me get situated.
Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like for me that's like trying to tame a lion.
How so? What do you mean?
My creative process is all over the place.
Right, I know. So it's good to talk about it. Maybe we can learn from one another on how we,
I got that.
kind of manage it because I need help.
Yeah.
It is like taming a lion,
I do need
It's
help with
crazy.
that.
We were talking earlier about how it's kind of one of those, it's a mode to me where you don't, it's almost like you don't remember what the sense of things was. Like the sense of it changes. I can't explain it. It's almost like explaining an aura of someone. Does that make sense at all? Probably not.
It does.
I doubt it.
No, I mean,
We should probably medicate. Maybe it will.
it does make sense to me. It's just hard to put into words.
Yeah, so it's like one of those things where I'm confused,
Yeah? About life in general or just
Everything.
like the shift that's
It's
happening?
just, yeah, it's just like a shift. You know that it's there. So what do you do?
What was the
You know?
card that I pulled for you last week?
Oh my gosh.
Wasn't it change? Or
See,
something?
yeah, I think
Yeah, like
yeah, I
leaving
think that's
something
what.
that you've worked, like that you've really valued behind, and like heading towards something new.
That's right. That's what it was. However, there's a little bit of a chaotic road to that, apparently.
Change is never easy.
It never is. So let's talk about that. I mean,
So like the official change card in what I define as like the change card in the tarot deck is the death card, because it's like something has to die, some aspect of your life or some part of your personality in order for something new to be born. And that's essentially what change is. And people are so afraid of death because they're afraid of change. So, I mean, change isn't easy. It's hard. It can be traumatic at first.
yeah, I mean, it's almost cliche to say that, really. I mean, we all know that it's hard, but like to get through it, to manage through it. Most people, to me, what I used to do is just to find a way to ignore it or make it softer, a softer landing, that sort of thing. Alcohol was my, padding at that point. Of course, I don't drink anymore. But now it's like, since you don't have that chemical thing, and of course I'm not going to go and get on some sort of medication, we've decided to do this on a holistic level using cannabis, as well as everything else that we're doing in our life. So do you have kind of a specific routine that you like to do, like on a monthly level, that you manage kind of the creative process? Because I tend to lose creativity whenever I focus on building a business, to be honest. But it goes hand in hand, so you have to find a balance.
I think the biggest thing for me when I'm trying to tap into my creative energy is probably just looking for inspiration in what's going on in my life. Like, I'm specifically thinking of my editorial that I write each month. Like, I sit down and I'll journal, or I'll just like do some reflecting and think about what's going on in my life, how I'm feeling about it, and usually something comes from that.
Yeah.
But then, you know, like if I am writing a story about a person, I will sit there, like for Sophia's story, I sat there and listened to her music for hours just to like really get a feel for who she was so that I could kind of tune into that as I was writing.
Yeah.
But then, you know, if it's like a grow or something like that, I'll go and look at their Instagram page and see what kind of inspiration they put out there.
Yeah. And, you know, there's creativity in pretty much everything in life. And so everybody has different ways of managing it on a day-to-day or project-to-project level, that sort of thing. You have your own kind of way of doing that. On a time management scale, though, is really where what gets me. So I tend to bleed business with pleasure. I tend to bleed my life, my lifestyle. Everything that I do revolves around what I do.
Right.
And so there's no shut off button for that. And I don't want one. I love what I do. I love my life. But I do need to know how to step away and actually say, okay, listen, this is work. This is work. You cannot put all your passion into writing one little word on a piece of paper. However, I need to focus on the bigger picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my thing on my level. I have to kind of put it in a category. That way I can tap into that creative process. So I can set it aside on a shelf, essentially. Turn it off. That's my turn off button.
I get that.
But there's nothing there that buffers life with that. And I'm okay with that to a certain extent. But whenever that creative process gets out of whack, it affects my personal life. And it affects my sleep. It affects my diet. It affects so many things. So it's very, very important to have that as part of the process and to be able to recognize that as part of your life. You see what I'm saying? And so on a holistic level, I guess what I used to do, drink it away, now manage it on our own level, and hopefully other people can see that and they do that as well. Right. So
no, I agree with that completely. I'm definitely not in the practice of that yet.
Well, trust me.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
One of these days.
Yeah.
No, I think what I took from that is like setting your work aside. For me personally, that's what I have to do, is set my, you know, like I have a fun job, but there are some things that aren't as fun. They get boring, you know, or repetitive.
Yeah.
Like setting those things aside and saying, okay, this is what I'm focusing on now. And maybe even like creating little time slots throughout my day for that. Because I truly am all over the place. Yeah,
but you really do seem very well organized on the outside.
Don't come over to my house. It's really bad.
Yeah. Or don't go into here.
Yeah, don't look in my brain.
How I approached that was like this. You know, in my head, I looked out like, you know, Native American, minorities, any of the ethnic people that try to own businesses, they sometimes get a really tough time getting loans. They get a really tough time of being allowed to purchase certain properties in certain areas. And that's a struggle. And the reason I know that is because I have friends in the industry who have done that, and it's difficult for them. And they usually have to go other routes that they have to jump through, other hoops they have to jump through. It's unfortunate. That needs to stop. And putting focus on that is a good thing. And I thought to myself, Uncle Sam is holding back minorities. He's holding back our Native American people. How great would it be? Oklahoma, we do have some Native run businesses and things like that here in Oklahoma, and most Oklahoma's pretty proud of that. But I really see Native American people could super profit from the cannabis industry. I really think education to the Native American people in Oklahoma, I hope, becomes something that is extraordinary.
What's up, man? I know, we just got through with the Cowboy Cup. It seems like yesterday. It was like what, 3 months ago?
Yeah, about 3 months ago. Exactly. Yeah.
4 months ago. I'm still reliving moments. It was
well, man. You guys put on a hell of a lounge. I tell you that. So we had a great time, man. We really appreciate you guys coming out and doing that with Arcadia and those guys.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So, what have you been up to lately?
Man, just got back from vacation. Needed that. We've actually partnered up with the owner of Tumbleweed, Carrie, and we've pulled in our vendor coordinator, Jesse, who actually happens to be helping you on your golf tournament, I believe. We're doing a Crossroads to Cannabis. So the idea being that it's a B2B expo. We do want to still have the live music and some of the parties, the after parties, but really wanted to have a place. The idea would be that we do it in Tulsa and Oklahoma City. We do not have an Oklahoma City location yet. But to have a B2B expo where growers and processors can come and showcase their products to potential clients in, dispensary owners, if you will. And so what we've done this year, or what we're trying to do, is we've lowered the prices on the booths quite a bit. Grower processor can get in. I believe the price right now is $500. We're actually talking about dropping that. I think we've got a meeting to get that kind of finalized. But just for a small booth in the farmers market, that farmers market will be open to basically dispensary owners or OMMA license holders only area. And so, we want to make sure that everybody's, that the product stays in the right hands.
Right.
As far as that's concerned, but we will have another big area where vendors and, of all shapes and sizes can come out. We've got sponsorship options available, doing some classes, B2B kind of business related classes. I'd like to get Ron Durbin involved. I've got a phone call into him. I hadn't heard back from him yet. He's a busy man, but something along those lines, maybe get OMMA out there and talk about metric and some of these other things, that are coming out right now,
and things like that,
and laws and stuff that's going to affect us in the future.
Right.
But more of a smaller B2B gathering. I don't suspect it's going to be massive, at least this first year. But I do think it's going to be a great opportunity to get your product. If you're having, some people are having problems selling their product and getting out. And we know it's hard to go out and drive dispensary to dispensary, basically just cold calling and door knocking. And so we're offering free tickets to all the two free tickets to any dispensary owner in the state. And so, like I said, we really want to encourage those guys to come out there and meet with the growers, processors of Oklahoma. So really excited about it. Like I said, it's Crossroads to Cannabis. It's going to be May 21st through the 23rd at Riverbend Arena. That's Inola, about 9 miles east of Hard Rock, Tulsa. So a good place to stay. Everybody come out and have a good time and then go back and do some gambling or, whatever you fancy.
Right.
But, we really want to poise this. Obviously this is just an inaugural event. And so we're kind of just trying to get our feet under it. But the idea being that Oklahoma is the crossroads to cannabis. And, we don't know what Biden's going to do. He hasn't made any really strong suggestions. It's a national reform right now, maybe quite the opposite. But hopefully in the near future, we all know that they don't have a choice but to legalize nationally. And I think when it does, it puts Oklahoma in a really opportunistic position being in the middle of America. I mean, we are the crossroads with I-40 running right through here, I-35 north and south. Texas looks like it's going to go eventually, and hopefully some of the states around us, even that do have. Oh, my wife's asking me to close her door. Hold on a second. Pause.
Anyway, Daniel, I know you can hear me in the background. There is a reason why I-35 and I-40 were the black market corridor, right?
Sorry, guys, we're double zooming in here, and so I'm power my wife's voice sometimes.
So it's a perfectly centered area. I mean, the black market. I mean, come on, easy access to everywhere. You want to call it the black market. People call it whatever. People right now are saying, stop, don't call it black market, whatever. It is. It's not our legal market. It's the illegal market. And so that corridor right there was obviously used, to travel. And it still is used to travel illegally.
Okay.
And so why not put a legal, something legal there in those crossroads? And that's what you're doing.
That's right. That's exactly what we want to do. And we're talking to some different national vendors, national event companies, trying to really bring, all the big show side of things like a Vegas, the big, MJ BizCon and some of those things, we'll never pull those giant ones away from there, I don't think. But, we can sure as heck have our own and enjoy the benefits of networking and stuff like that in an event like that, and hopefully get a lot of nationwide coverage.
Hey, I don't know if I've said this in the last 5 minutes, but my birthday's this month.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's next month, but I'm excited.
Of this month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the 19th. Yep. A lot of things happened on the 19th of this month.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about like this month specifically, or?
Yeah. No, well, in history.
The past. Yeah, that's what I thought you were kind of hinting at that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. My birthday has a pretty interesting history.
Yeah, it does. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, go look it up.
Or pick up the next issue of Herbage. The April issue. Yeah. I wrote about it.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
I talk about my birthday for like the whole month of April. So all my stories are about my birthday.
It's Anna month.
It's literally my month. Blame it on my mom.
What have I got myself into?
She made a big deal out of birthdays, okay?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you should. I don't typically for myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like to celebrate it for other people.
Birthdays are fun.
Anyway, what else are you writing on for this upcoming issue?
Let's see. I have an interesting little story on CBD for pets. Mm-hmm. You don't have any pets. I was about to ask you if you've ever tried that.
No, but if I had pets, I would.
Yes. It's very beneficial for my dog. She has really bad anxiety during storms. 4th of July, it's awful. And we give her CBD. We have to give it to her like hours before, but if we give it to her in time, it really helps. And I mean, if we don't, she'll just be like pacing the floors.
How big of a dog is it?
She's like a 15-pound mini Aussie.
How much do you give?
I think we give her like 2 to 5 milligrams at a time.
That's it?
It's such a small amount.
And that works?
It doesn't require a lot at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's much better than giving a dog a Benadryl or something.
Oh, yeah. And we've tried Benadryl with her when it was really bad.
Yeah.
And it didn't help at all. I think it actually made it worse.
So what you're telling me is, for those of you, if you're watching out there, not only have we been inundated with horrible things to put into our bodies medically so that we can veer away from what is naturally a medicine for us to put inside of our body as humans, But we have put a gateway up for pets as well.
Yes.
And so in that, we are killing our pets. We're killing ourselves. We are killing society. Thank whatever that we are finally waking up.
Listen,
I mean, like, I could go down a very hot path right now.
No, I get it. She just had eye surgery, and they had to give her these sedatives to keep her from, like, messing with her eye after the surgery. And it got to the point where I would try to give her a sedative, and she would be trembling because she hated the way it made her feel.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad, but, I mean...
Right, but what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
And so the CBD works. That's so
it does
cool.
work.
That's such a great...
I mean, and I've noticed that the longer we use it on her, because sometimes we run out and we're like, oh, well, it's winter. There are no thunderstorms. We don't have to give her CBD. But then when spring comes along, she's so high strung. And I think, like, the longer we give it to her, the more it's working to, like, balance
over time.
out. Yeah.
That makes sense.
System. Yeah.
Cool. That's a great story.
Yeah. I didn't really get into all of that. It's more just like the benefits of using CBD for your pets.
We do have one interesting article in there. It's not a big one, but it's one that people keep asking me about. It's menopause in cannabis, and how that helps with that, and it's a good look, at it. But yeah, apparently.
It does help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom wrote that. I'm proud of her.
Yes, she did a great job.
She did a great job.
Yeah.
She's gonna steal my job.
Well, we're in talks later, and I didn't know if you knew that.
Huh?
She applied for your job.
Oh. Am I gonna interview her? Am I getting a promotion? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. But no, it's a good story, and it's a lot of people are wondering about that,
Yeah.
because more specific, like I'm talking like I know, like I'm an expert. But she talks about hot flashes.
Yeah.
If it specifically helps with that, then game on.
Right.
So apparently that's a big deal.
Absolutely. It is kind of surprising though, like cannabis with helping with hot flashes. I guess you saw me hit the bong earlier. I guess I just take really big rips and then I cough and I'm like sweating. So I'm like imagining the opposite of.
Yeah, you did take a boss rip off of that earlier, and I was quite impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job.
I do love bong rips.
Yeah, it's one of the requirements to work for Herbage. Oh man, anything else you got working on?
I've got a recipe coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a surprise.
Okay. All right, we'll wait for that one.
It's a birthday surprise.
All right, we're gonna start doing more videos with that too, right?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, how are the ambassadors doing out there?
They are killing
I
it.
know, it's crazy.
I am like so shocked by every single one of them and their participation. I mean, they're doing so much more than we ever even invited them to do.
Well, see, the thing is like, this is what gets me. You give somebody something, a reason to do something positive, then they will do it.
They just need that little push sometimes.
And it's not to, I mean, you're not taking advantage or anything. You're actually wanting to do something positive in the community, and we're able to access these people that have contacts within the other communities that we don't have access to, and find out what they need.
Right.
What do you need? Let's try to figure out a way.
Yeah.
Use the community like it's supposed to be used.
Absolutely.
So
I mean,
they're doing a good job. And
that is a big part of it. An ambassador isn't just there to represent Herbage. They're there to communicate with Herbage what you're saying, what their community is communicating with them.
Exactly. And I mean, it helps us just to work with other people.
Yeah.
Because it helps the cause. Anyway.
I agree. Yeah, they're killing it though. I'm proud of them.
Yeah. Everybody has done more than expected.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because they are good people.
Yeah. And they're just passionate. You can see it all over them.
Yeah.
They're just really passionate.
I know. I wonder how many people are sitting back going, potheads. And I wonder how many people are sitting back going, screw you. Look at this. Look at what we're doing.
Yeah.
I can't wait for our golf tournament that's coming up this month.
I am so excited about that.
So 420, we have a golf tournament. If you don't know yet, it's herbagegolf.com. And we have a lot of people coming. And it's a scramble. It's meant to be fun. We're going to have a pig roast. It's great. It's a charity event. And we're doing this for Little Buds. And people are coming to play. They're signing up. It's awesome.
So do you have to be like a professionally skilled
It would be
golfer?
better if you weren't.
Okay.
Because then it would be more fun.
Yeah.
Because none of us are. If you want to go up there and be a badass and win this thing, you better give whatever winnings you win back to charity.
I love that. Love that.
Otherwise, I'm going to call you out. No, I'm just kidding. Just come and win.
We're
I'm
gonna
just
have
playing.
you on the podcast.
Yeah.
Can
Come
have a
and
little
win. It's
talk.
not meant for that. Come and have a good time and enjoy it. We're going to have prizes that you'll want to take home. And you'll want to save for the next one. So, hint, hint.
I'm excited. I want to get some like solar lights and like deck out my golf cart.
Okay.
Like string lights, colorful string lights. I want to.
Yeah.
I want to have that golf cart.
Okay.
Maybe put like a boom box on the back.
Do it. I mean, there are plenty out there that already have the stereo system.
Oh, they probably have the lights too.
Some of them probably do. Yeah. But
I'm gonna decorate mine.
we'll figure out a
Awesome.
way. I mean, come on. You got to have a really
I
cool...
need like a flag or something. A can of banana.
Maybe some bananas hanging around. Banana
Yes.
lights.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Oh,
All
I'm
right.
so excited.
Anyway,
That's awesome.
we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
So, it's been an awesome week. Let's end the month. And, I've got to put together a magazine. I'm going to get buried
How's
up
that
in the
coming
cave.
along?
It's coming along.
Good.
Yeah. It's going way. It's going very well. It's going great. I'll
All
get
right.
right on that, Rose.
Can we expect to see a little more from the magazine this month? Maybe
A little more what?
a little more content. Maybe a few more pages.
Yeah, there's definitely a variety, a big variety of content in this one. It's not like you wouldn't be able to call it a growers, you wouldn't be able to call it an entertainment, you wouldn't be able to call it, a food edition. It's a kind of all-in-one-ish. I'm proud of it. I like it. It's
Awesome.
a good collective of education and entertainment and stories.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
Do you have a cover picked out?
Yep. Yes, I do.
Interesting.
Yes.
Looking
yes,
forward.
I
Can
do.
you give us like a hint? Just like a clue.
Well, we're going into spring, right?
Yeah. That's the clue.
Has nothing to do with it, by the way. You'll know whenever you see it. It's awesome, man. This guy, he does good work. But,
Awesome.
Again, I love doing that with the covers. I love it. I love finding artists, local artists, and showing their work.
Is there going to be a story about him?
I mean, there's a background, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's always what I look forward to, is the cover artist story
Yeah,
every month.
yeah. We need to start doing more of that online, I think.
Yeah.
More background stuff, and because we have unlimited space at that point, and we can do some more projects with that. But
I agree.
Cool. Let's go have some fun.
Okay.
Where's the weed?